Hello everyone, we have the new Graveborn hero Randle. So, like I just said, Randle is a Graveborn hero, also an agility-based hero. The class is support, and the primary role is continuous damage. So let's start by looking at the ultimate skill. It's called Serpent Soul. Randle summons one Soul Serpent that remains stationary but attack enemies within melee range, with a maximum of 3 existing at the same time. The Soul Serpents summoned are bound to the allied hero with the highest initial attack rating, inheriting 75% of the ally's attributes and attacking the current target. The higher the damage dealt by the ally bound to the Soul Serpent in the past 6 seconds, the greater the Soul Serpent's attack power and frequency, with each attack dealing damage up to 600% of Randle's attack rating. Soul Serpents can survive for up to 12 seconds after Randle's death if they are bound to an ally that is still alive. And the level 2 ability, if there are no enemies within melee range, the Soul Serpent unlocks ranged attacks, but its power is reduced by 33%. And the level 3 ability is the Soul Serpent inherits 100% attributes from the bound ally. So that seems like a lot of power from the Soul Serpents here, 600% of Randle's attack rating. And then plus with that, we can get a maximum of 3 existing at the same time. So it sounds like this ultimate skill can do a lot of damage. And let's look at the second skill. This one is called Soul Reaper. This one has a passive and an active ability to it. The passive ability is whenever any character dies, Randle collects their riven souls, increasing damage dealt by both himself and Soul Serpents by 6%, while reducing damage taken by 6%. It can be stacked up to 8 times. And the active ability to this skill is instantly teleports to an enemy, dealing damage for 400% of his attack rating, and forcibly collecting a riven soul. It prioritizes summoned enemies. Damage dealt to summoned enemies and collected riven souls are both increased by 300% and can be used repeatedly on the same target. With a level 2 ability, each time a riven soul is collected, Randle's attack rating and defense rating is increased by 6%. It can be stacked up to 8 times. With the level 3 ability, each time a riven soul is collected, the attack and defense of the Soul Serpents permanently increases by 6%, and it can be stacked up to 8 times as well. And the level 4 for this ability is each time a riven soul is collected, Randle's attack and defense increase by 8%, and this one can be stacked up to 8 times. So a pretty big increase for attack and defense ratings here with these leveled up abilities. Also can do quite a bit of damage here as well. So let's look at the third skill. This one is called Soul Surge. It unleashes the souls stored in the Soul Urn, spreading them across the battlefield, dealing damage to all enemies equal to 300% of Randle's attack rating and healing Soul Serpents for 20% of their max health. If the attack hits a summoned enemy, the skill's damage and healing are increased by 120%. Once used, the Soul Serpents will reappear in an optimal position. With the level 2 ability, deals damage equal to 330% of Randle's attack rating and heals Soul Serpents for 30% of their max health. With the level 3, it increases the damage to 360 and also heals the Soul Serpents for 40% of their max health. And then we have the first engraving skill with the level 4 ability. When used, Soul Serpents go into a frenzy for 6 seconds. Gaining 40 points of haste and 40 points of physical pierce. Again, a pretty big buff to attack rating with the leveled up abilities. Also pretty cool to see that you can heal the Soul Serpents as well. Then also increasing the haste and physical pierce with the first engraving skill for the Soul Serpents. And then we have the final skill. It's called Soul Shroud. Randle enters a covert state for no less than 6 seconds, increasing dodge by 80 points and magic suppression by 40 points, and causing enemies not to prioritize him in most attacks. While in this state, Randle recovers health for 300% of his attack rating each second until it surpasses 70% of his max health. During this period, Randle also receives 80% of the health and energy recovery effects of teammates, with these effects also applying to allied bound to Soul Serpents. Does not take effect when Randle himself is the Soul Serpent partner. And with the level 2 ability, while in a covert state, dodge is increased by 120 points and magic suppression is increased by 60 points. With level 3 ability while in the covert state, Randle recovers health for 330% of his attack rating each second until it surpasses 90% of his max health. And then we have the second engraving skill. While in a covert state, Randle recovers 80 energy per second, capped at 480 energy. When the number of soul serpents in battle reaches its limit, Randle will gradually transfer his energy to allies bound to soul serpents, so increasing dodge and magic suppression. Also, Randle can recover health until he passes a certain number of his max health. And then also, while in a covert state, with the second engraving skill, Randle can gain energy, and then he can also transfer that energy to allies bound to the soul serpents. So overall, those skills sound very powerful. I can't wait to see Randle in action just based on those skills alone. But we do have the signature item. So unlocking the signature item, Soul Surge also restores health for 360% of Randle's attack rating to allies. With the plus 10 signature item, Soul Surge reduces damage and health loss received by allies by 20% for 8 seconds. With the plus 20 signature item, Soul Surge reduces damage and health loss received by allies by 30% for 8 seconds. With the plus 30 signature item, Soul Surge enhances damage dealt by allies and health loss by 30% for 8 seconds. And then we have the plus 40 signature item, Soul Surge also increases allies' magic pierce and physical pierce by 35 points for 8 seconds. So with this signature item, it looks like Randle can restore health for allied heroes. It looks like overall this is going to provide a lot for that Soul Surge ability. And let's look at the furniture. For the 3 of 3 piece furniture, each Soul Serpent's attack steals 50 energy and transfers it to the ally it is bound to. And the 9 of 9 furniture, each time Randle collects Riven Souls, allied heroes gain the same attribute bonuses from Death Call as the Soul Serpents. So giving the allied heroes some more energy from the Soul Serpents. And overall, the signature item and furniture for Randle sounds very good. Overall, like I said, I think Randle is going to be a pretty powerful hero. I think the combination of continuous damage and being a support doing all that healing is a very lethal combination. Hopefully this hero will combine the two big attributes of this game, which is being a support hero and also doing a lot of damage. So if you like this video, then make sure to click the like button. Also subscribe to my channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss a new video from me. And also comment what you think about Randle. And thanks for watching.